Hello, welcome to Worldview Connections. This is our series on scientism, and I'm Isaac Matthews. Starting off, defining what is scientism, we're going to kind of go over scientific dogma versus religious dogma, avoiding binary, polarized, and divisive worldviews, and the middle way approach to thinking. This is kind of referring to a slide we've had in other presentations, religious questions about the meaning and purpose of life. Religion deals with the many great mysteries of life, from birth to death. What does science teach us? Is there a conflict between science and religion? Does there need to be this binary and polarized conflict? Can science help us to know truth about religion? If God exists, which God? And what evidence is there to know? Can science help us to know if an organized religion is true? And if so, which religion is the most accurate to reality and to God? We've reviewed in many other presentations about the religious landscape. I simply bring this up to show that as a part of this, we will be talking about atheism, and specifically, scientism deals with Gnostic, strong atheism. But 90% of the people believe that God exists in varying degrees. For more about this, let's see Epistemology and Religion series, our video series on that topic. But we talked about faith and defining faith and what is faith. And let us know what you think, but specifically, should science claims outweigh faith claims? Is it science versus faith? And is faith in God the ultimate source of truth and morality? For example, do you get all truth from religion and sacred text? Does religion offer objective or subjective truth? Let us know what you think about that one as well. Does truth come from God? And what is the nature of revelation? What is the ultimate source of truth? Is truth independent of God? And did God create or discover truth? So this is building on our series about morality as well. If God and religion is the source of truth, why are there so many variations and disagreements about what is true and good among all the religious organizations, their sacred texts, and leaders? Truth about reality is only one example of disagreements, many disagreements between religious groups. So with science, could we form a morality from science? Can we use science to define what is moral? Can we form a system of morality from science, just the facts? And this also gets into some of the theories of and presentations of Sam Harris. But for more about this, see our series on morality as well. So scientism, let's define it. Excessive belief in the power of scientific knowledge and techniques. What some would call logical positivism. Also see our series about dataism, which includes Yuval Noah Harari's book, Commentary on the Homo Deus. Another definition of what is scientism, historian Richard G. Olson defines scientism as, quote, efforts to extend scientific ideas, methods, practices, and attitudes to matters of human social and political concern, unquote. But this formulation is so broad as to render it virtually useless. But let's consider other definitions. Philosopher Tom Sorrell offers a more precise definition when he says, scientism is a matter of putting too high a value on natural science in comparison with other branches of learning or culture. Some would say reasoning and logic have now become the new gods of modernity. MIT physicist Ian Hutchinson offers a closely related version, but more extreme, quote, science modeled on the natural sciences is the only source of real knowledge. There's a comment that says science rests entirely on facts and is thus an indisputable foundation for knowledge. So it becomes this form of knowledge, saying they know with full certainty. What are the origins of scientism? In the 17th century Europe, around this time, the scientific revolution is definitely the beginning point. This is when people started challenging the authority of the ancient religious orders, especially Christianity, the creeds and the worldviews that they'd been brought up with, even ancient Greek and the polytheism of ancient orders. Science became the new dogma. Until the last few decades, or until recently, science was considered inerrant by many people. And I'm simply going to end here. Stay with us on the next one. We're going to get into more definitions on worldview scientism.